The NFL Week 16 morning games preview and pick show on the NFL Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, props, and game lines. Download that Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com, code SGPN to get your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time tickets make the perfect holiday go. Sign up at gametime.co, promo code CFBX for $20 off today. Gametime.co, promo code CFBX.
I'm just about that action, boss.
You have to be kidding me. That is impossible.
I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants any deal?
Jordan Davis, dog. Jalen Hurts, dog. AJ Brown, dog.
How many of you want to eat a dog tonight?
And welcome, everybody, to the NFL Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's holiday season. Week 16's already here. Wednesday, December the 20th. If you're wondering who you're listening to, I am Moneyline Mac. He is J Mark Football, a.k.a. Old Fashioned Football. J Mark, man, you blinking. It's already here. The holidays are here. We're 2 weeks left after this week, and bam, we're going to be doing Monday, Week 18 look-ahead lines all of a sudden.
That's crazy. It does feel like we just did our previews, but it seems like it happens like this every year. It just kind of sneaks up on you. It goes too quickly, especially for football fanatics like us. We don't want to see the football go, and it's nearing the end, damn it. And I can't even get my fill. Well, I mean, I can get my fill with the spring league this year, but with the whole merger stuff, that is a fucking mess. So I don't even know if I'm excited about spring football this year.
No, I mean, I think spring football will grow more and more, but obviously we still, I mean, it's NFL and college football for the fall, so that still reigns king. We will be previewing the Sunday games, morning games. If you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, they kick off at 1:00, and we got a short slate. Actually, we only got 6 games. I'm seeing because I think more and more with they got 3 on Monday. They got 3 at 4:00. They got 2 on Saturday. They got a Thursday night game, and they got a Sunday night game. Patriots, Broncos.
I know who you're picking.
No Patriots on this slate. Shout out to Bill Belichick. I'm in Rambling Rush's studio, so he's got to still throw up his Bill Belichick. We'll see what happens at the end of the year. I hope Bill's back. I'd like to see him with the new quarterback, see if he can make things right. Maybe not be the GM, but no Patriots for me this week. 6-game slate. What's your thoughts on some of these games, man?
First of all, shout out to the chat. Juke72 here. Cheers. I was going to cheers my coffee, but I'll fix that and put a little whiskey in it in a second. Yeah, it's an interesting slate, especially obviously every game matters right now with playoff implications. And yeah, just looking at this, I think there's some that these teams are going to give it their all because they have to, right? It's do or die time. And I'm curious to see what your thoughts on some of them are. We've worked together long enough that I start to predict like, oh, I bet he's going to pick this. I bet he'll pick that. But sometimes you surprise me. So looking forward to seeing what you have to say about him as well.
Well, the Panthers are on the slate, and the Panthers are coming off my dog win. So will I be tempted? I don't know yet. I mean, they're playing the Packers. I mean, I know you like to fade the Packers, so maybe you'll be riding the Panthers. We'll find out. But let's lead it off first, J Mark, with this slate here on Sunday at 1:00. No Bears this week, unfortunately. Let's lead it off with a bang right off the bat. The Indianapolis Colts, arguably one of the hottest teams in the NFL. The Colts magic continues. They continue to kill me. They have won now, 5 out of 6? They've won at Carolina, at New England, at Tennessee, and then they beat Pittsburgh, beat the shit out of them, and beat Tampa Bay. So 4 out of 5. They've covered 4 out of 5 as well. On the other side, Atlanta's coming off arguably the worst fucking loss in the NFL. That was, I mean, all Desmond Ritter has to do is fall down and the game's over. Falcons win. So what do? They go to my guy, Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke's going to be getting the start here. Falcons still only one game back in the division. I think you know where I'm going, man. This is a sell high on the Colts on the road. I know the Colts they keep proving me wrong, but not against my guy Heineke. I'm on the Falcons. I think this is their season. They got to get this win. Then they got to go to Chicago next week and got to go to New Orleans in the final one. But Chicago and New Orleans don't matter if they don't get the Colts at home. Their final home game of the year compared to the Colts, they're not sitting pretty, but they're 8-6 and they got 2 home games at the end of the year with Vegas and Houston. I think Atlanta's more desperate. I think they lean on the rushing attack and they've grinded out in the dome behind Heineke Magic. Give me the Falcons.
Are you saying you're not afraid the Falcons are looking ahead to the Bears next week?
They might be. I mean, hey, Heineke's going to get you again. He gave you relief last year when Wentz got injured.
Oh, man. I know. By the way, Nick Fortune in the chat already talking shit. It's going to be a great gambling week starting with West Virginia losing tonight, he says.
Not happening. Fake news.
Taking shots. I'm going to stick with where I've been probably the second half of the season. And I know you haven't been as high on them, but I love how this Colts team is playing. I agree there's some Heineke magic that could happen. I mean, who loves Heineke more than a XFL lover like myself? But I can't do it. This Falcons team is horribly coached. They're horribly coached, whereas the Colts team is being coached very well right now. They have far exceeded my expectations, and I think their own expectations, especially after Anthony Richardson got hurt. So I'm going to ride with the Colts here as the dog. It's a small dog, but I think they win this game outright.
If you're a Falcons fan and you miss the playoffs, this is a real travesty. Like, you guys had the easiest schedule maybe ever. And like, all you had to do was get to 9-8, and you drop games at Carolina, to Tampa at home, at Arizona, to Dobbs with the Vikings, at Tennessee. I mean, to the Redskins. I mean, you guys have lost game after game where it's like, with that schedule, this team probably should have been like 11-6 or 12-5. But Arthur Smith sucks, like you said, 12 or and that's why they're 6-8. So I mean, you've been ahead on Arthur Smith. I came around more this year. He sucks. His decision to stay with Ritter was a joke.
Yeah, one, he doesn't know how to use his player personnel as it is. I mean, he doesn't know how to use his talent. He doesn't know how to bench guys when they need to be benched, like Ritter. A lot of those games the Falcons dropped were against teams that could contain the run a little bit, which the Colts are going to be able to do, and teams that run the ball well, which Colts are running the ball very well, whether it's Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, or Tyler Goodson, of all people. I mean, it seems like no matter who's in the backfield, they're running the ball so well.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. So we'll see. Opposite sides here. J Mark's riding with Minshew. I'm riding with Heineke. How great is it that we have a week 16 matchup with Heineke and Minshew? All is well in the world. I can sleep at night. Let's go.
Not just a Minshew Heineke matchup, but one with playoff implications. I mean, if you had told me that, I would have been like, yeah, those teams aren't in the playoff race, but they are.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. It's wild. And you know what else is wild? We're going to potentially have a Ryan Tannehill versus Drew Lock in our next game. I don't know if Geno Smith is going to be back. Obviously, like we say all the time, this is Wednesday when we're doing this. I think Geno may come back, but I also could see them maybe sitting him out one more game and seeing if they could ride the Lock magic one more game into Tennessee. Will Levis, I don't think he's going to play, man. After seeing him get bent the way he did, he did not practice. That already came out. The Titans are banged up. This is the battle of like the prideful coaches that like won't die. Vrabel versus Pete Carroll. This is going to be a physical game here. That was such, I was on the Seahawks on Monday. I'm so glad they beat the fraud Eagles. It was great. It was fantastic. But I feel like I have to zigzag here and take the Titans. I thought the Titans should have won that game on Sunday against the Texans. Is Tannehill really a downgrade from Levis? I mean,
is it for sure going to be Tannehill? They seem to not like him anymore. Are we going Malik Willis?
I mean, I doubt it. You know, Vrabel, he's a football guy. He wants to win every
Yeah,
game. So
true.
let me see. Let me see if I can pull up the latest news because it is out there. Uh the irony of Tannehill discussing taking over for Levis, who injured his ankle after he took over for his injured ankles. It sounds like it's gonna be Tannehill. That's everything I'm seeing. I like Tannehill with a 1-game pride bump here. Home dog against Drew Lock, like in the Seahawks coming off the emotional win where it was a miracle to be honest, and
Yeah.
they're on a short week. Everybody, I mean, he's getting emotional. You got to fade the emotional post game interview. Give me the Titans. I think they're live here, even though they are eliminated from the playoffs. I'll take the Titans home dog here.
The Geno thing is interesting because everything I was seeing was Geno's going to play. He's healthy. He's expected to start. And then, like 30 minutes
Yeah,
before the game, Drew Lock will draw the start. It's like, what is going on? And I thought they were a fool for it because I think Geno could have played, but obviously Drew pulled it out at the end there. But I think this Seahawks team they believe in themselves too much right now. I love Vrabel. I think the Titans have been decent at home. Now they're starting to get worse at home. It seems like Derrick Henry couldn't get enough yards to save that team last week, but I think I got to go with Seahawks. I think they're making their push here. They really need this game, and they just beat the Eagles. I know that we are on the same page of the Eagles are not a great team like they were last year. I think the offensive and defensive coordinators leaving, I don't think they've been able to overcome that. You just had some magic that was writing that made it seem like they had overcome that. Now they're becoming pretty predictable. I mean, if you watch the Manning cast and watch Christian McCaffrey call out, like he knew every time Jalen Hurts was going to be doing a quarterback draw. I think
yeah.
they're becoming too predictable. But anyways, I think you and I agree that they're not a great team. I think the Titans are worse than them. So I think the Seahawks are going to be able to beat the Titans as well. We're going to be on opposite sides again here. 2 in a row.
Let me ask you this: could you see the Seahawks winning by 2?
Probably just because I'm taking them.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like I'm taking the 2.5 too. I think the Titans are gonna win, but I also could see this game just coming right down like a 17-15 or some bullshit, 18-16, some bullshit Pete Carroll type score, Mike Vrabel score. So opposite sides again. That's why we do the show, give you a little diversity here. And I'll tell you who else has got some diversity. That's Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best. You know, you could stack basketball, football picks right on top of one another. So to get the best value, pick with your best players out there, the community, big time players. They even offer reboot policy so that your entries stay in and even offer you if somebody goes down with an injury here. J Mark, we got Saints Rams here. Is there anything you're looking at to get down on tomorrow night?
There were a couple things. They're running a little thing called Demons and Goblins now. It's like their version of Naughty and Nice. I'm not sure why a goblin is nice, but it's okay. We'll take the alt lines. So these are some alt lines. Matt Stafford, more than 224.5 passing yards. Cooper Kupp, more than 49.5 receiving yards. I threw in a little Saturday action. Josh Allen, more than 24.5 rushing yards. And then I got Alvin Kamara, more than 49.5 rush yards.
There you go. I'm looking forward to that game. That game's going to be physical. I think everybody's riding off the Saints, but the Saints got a good defense.
Yeah.
I think that defense hangs in there, like you said. It's going to be a field position game, and maybe the Rams get it done, but I think it's going to be close. So looking forward to that game Thursday night. So get over there, Prize Picks, to get down on some action for Thursday night. PrizePicks.com/SGPN and use that code SGPN for a first deposit match up to $100. That's PrizePicks.com, code SGPN. Prize Picks, daily sports made easy. All right, J Mark, we're moving right along in this slate. Next up, I know where we're going here. This is fucking easy. Lions going to the Vikings. If the Lions win, they clinch the division. Some are saying the Lions are fixed. The Lions are fixed after Saturday night's blowout game. We were talking about that as a good spot. Vikings, on the other hand, lose an absolute heartbreaker. Probably were the better team. I think we both agreed against the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Mullins again, back in that dome. Both two dome teams here. The Lions are good in the dome, but I don't know, man. I like the Vikings here. I think this game comes right down the wire. I still don't think the Lions are fixed. I think everybody's prematurely thinking they got fixed just because of the route over the Broncos, who I think we both agreed had some holes. Um, that was kind of their get up spot. I think they come back down to reality here. Give me the Vikings as a home dog. I mean, the Vikings have been playing good football, in my opinion. Like I said, I thought they won the box score. They were up 14 last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Before that, they found a way to win 3-0 against Vegas. They lost that heartbreaker to the Bears, but the Bears have been playing better too. I like the Vikings here.
Man, are we going to agree on any picks this
Oh,
weekend?
you're taking the Lions?
I'm taking the Lions. There's two different reasons. So if the Lions win one or two more games, and it might happen anyways, but it's really possible that the golden boy Jared Goff does not have to play a playoff game that's not either in California or in a dome. Because if he plays maybe Dallas, dome, if they get home games, dome, or San Francisco, California, I don't know. It's kind of interesting how that's setting up. The other thing we talk about how a quarterback comes in like Nick Mullins, and that first game they get this big bump, which we saw he played really well last week. And then the second week, it just seems like everybody's flat. That's what I think happens here. I think Lions are motivated to keep winning. They don't want to play on the road anywhere, but if they do, it's setting up nicely for them anyways. Yeah, I think the Lions are going to crush them. I think this is going to be similar to the Broncos game where the Lions just roll.
Ooh, I'm surprised that you're going with the road chalk here. This is your division.
I know.
I think this is it. Well, I will say, if you're the Lions, you really want to get this game because next week the Vikings got the Packers at home. That's a toss-up. But the Lions would have to go to Dallas next week. So let's say theoretically the Vikings are to knock them off. Then you're 2 back. Then you lose to the Cowboys and say the Vikings beat the Packers. Then you're 1 back with 1 to go, and they play again in Week 18 for the division. So the Lions actually really need this game because the last thing you want is Detroit is you in a do or die game for the division in Week 18 because we know the history of that franchise choking. So that means I'm definitely going to take the Vikings.
Right. Juke pointing out Vikings defense is a blitz machine and Goff sucks on the blitz. I agree, but I think they're going to be able to run the ball with Montgomery and Gibbs that they're not even going to need to throw the ball much. Fortune's taking Minnesota as well. Lions look ahead spot against Dallas.
All right.
That's all right. Everybody's picking against me. That's fine.
Well, let's go to the game of the week next game. Ron Rivera's got 3 games left in Washington. Robert Saleh is not getting Aaron Rodgers back here. Shocker, I know. This is a closure eye. Actually, not a closure eye because the Jets are leg points. Man, you got the worst offense versus the worst defense. This is just a total shit game. Don't watch this. That's my advice to everybody watching this show right now. The once proud or everybody crowning Sam Howell midseason, now he's benched for Jacoby Brissett. We'll see what happens here. I think Sam Howell is going to play, but at the same time, I mean, this team has quit. This team has quit on Ron. The Jets, I mean, we've seen the trend after the team gets blown out or gets shut out. The 1-game pop, 1-game bump. We saw it with the Raiders against who was it? The Chargers, where they won by 100. I don't think the Jets are capable of scoring 60, but I'm going to lay with the Jets, man. I'm going to lay with the Jets. I think this team's quit on Ron. I'm done taking Ron. He's so fucking clueless. He'll beat the Cowboys in Week 18 for his final hurrah, and he'll right off into the sunset 5-12, just like it was predicted.
All right. Surprising to me that you weren't riding the Commanders there. I went back and forth on this one, and when you look at the right, if you look at the line, usually home field advantage gets you 2.5 to 3 point bump. Are these teams even, do you think? I mean, if it's a neutral field, do you think this should be a pick 'em?
Well, let me say this. Which team has an actual really good unit? And that's the Jets defense.
Right.
The Skins offense sucks now too. Like, so the defense is the worst in the league, and the offense sucks now with Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy. Everybody wanted to crown Bieniemy for a head coaching job. He can't even fucking score anymore in his current role. Thanks, Andy Reid, once again for giving us your leftovers. I mean, I gotta take the Jets. I think that they're actually going to be motivated. I think so. I don't think those guys will quit on Saleh. I think they have quit on Ron. That's what I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with you here. Like I said, I was back and forth. If you were ready to back your team, I was going to buy into them for you. But if you're not buying into them, why should I? This is a gross game
spot
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross game for sure. But you're right. The Jets defense is the elite unit on the field. Commanders defense, obviously not. Both offenses suck. I wish I knew if it was going to be Zach Wilson or Trevor Siemian, but because as a former Bear for a brief moment there, I don't trust Trevor Siemian either. But no, I'll go with the better defense and right now the better coach. Ron Rivera, I love the guy, but he's not a good coach right now. So I'll go with the better coach too. Give me the Jets.
It doesn't matter if it's Simeon or Wilson. They'll have a career day again. And because Ron's keeping it simple defensively. And ever since he said that, Tyreek Hill has streaked right down the sideline twice. The guy's going to go for 2,000 yards. Cooper Kupp, so far that nobody was even in the same zip code as him last week. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, the guy that almost won MVP a couple years ago. So they're keeping it simple here. Whatever that
Ron's
means.
Like, you see that? That's their best player. Don't go near him.
He's so fucking bad. Yeah, so there you go. We agreed on the Jets. Lang points. Go figure.
Disgusting.
What'd you think of Rodgers not playing? Shocker?
I thought it was funny. I mean, we knew he was going to announce his decision or the update on Pat McAfee show, right? I think it's funny it happens the day or two after they're officially eliminated from the playoffs. Actually, I'm not medically cleared. I won't be able to play. Okay. But if they were in the playoffs, I don't know if he's making that announcement.
Yeah, I think he was waiting to see if they could find a miracle game and get back, and then he knew he could just come in and light up the Skins. It's the worst defense, and then see if he could get them in on a backdoor. But now that the storyline's out there, he's like, nah, my Achilles just still hurts. So gotta love Rodgers. He finds a way to stay in the headlines.
Right? Did you see the Kirk Cousins news?
Mm-mm.
Kirk Cousins, they were asking him about his Achilles because Rodgers was thinking about coming back, and he said, well, I did mine about 8 weeks after, but his wife said she's hopeful that he can make it back by the Super Bowl. To do what? Watch it? Like what?
Those two are so out of their minds. Kirk, God, love him. He's corny as fuck, but yeah, you're not playing. You're going to be playing in New England next year.
Yeah.
With Billy Belichick. So Kirk Cousins, classic character here. You know what else is classic? Game Time, because you can go over there, buy tickets to your favorite events, and it shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is the fastest, easiest way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and a theater near you. With killer last-minute deals, lowest price guaranteed, so you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for all the fun you can have. And you want to know where you're sitting, they're going to send you an image of your seat, and you'll know exactly lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection as well. Game Time is the best place for last minute tickets. Forget planning in advance. Get over there to Game Time. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the country. Images of your seats, like I said, buy tickets in a matter of seconds. Boom, you got your tickets, and you're right there at the game, ready to have a cold one and a nice hot dog. Snag the tickets without stress on Game Time. Game Time tickets make the perfect holiday gift. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download Game Time app. Last minute tickets. Lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting research platform for parlays, props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, soccer with historical data, and they even got the Parlay Revolutionary Optimizer tool to get each and every leg broken down so you know which ones have better value versus which ones that don't. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft a more intelligent, data-driven parlay. Download the Hall of Fame Bets or visit HOFBets.com. Code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame bets. All righty, we're back on the NFL Gambling Podcast, ready to dive into the final two games in our short slate. Well, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, so I think we should go to the next one. Oh, yeah, here we go. What do I do here? I think you're muted.
I said, let me go ahead and mark down which team you're taking now.
The Packers are laying 5 in Carolina. Do we have bad weather again? That weather was beautiful. Really helped my handicap last week.
I don't know. Let me look.
I'm looking at the injury report. Savage did not participate. I mean, the Packers are banged up, man. Christian Watson, obviously, Aaron Jones still, Musgrave, AJ Dillon. Compared to the Panthers, I mean, are the Panthers the type of team that would fuck their draft pick up or fuck your draft pick up?
They fucking better not. But the Packers are definitely the type of team that would let them.
Yes.
Right?
This is an underrated element here. I think, man, with the points, I'm taking the Panthers. I don't trust Jordan Love to lay 5 points on the road in a game that they got to have. He's come back down to the pack after everybody crowned him. No pun intended there. I mean, their offense has been inconsistent, and their defense all of a sudden giving up 34 to Baker, 24 to DeVito. I think Bryce Young and this defense are going to be able to muck this game up. I think they're going to keep it close. Give me the Panthers. Maybe the Pack get out of there alive. I don't see the Packers blowing them out here, man. I don't trust the Packers laying that many points this late in the year. Give me my Carolina Panthers. I don't know if they'll win this one outright.
Yeah, I don't see the Packers blowing them out either, but this feels like a 14-7 game to me, or 14-6. So I think I got to ride with the Packers. They're the ones that they have to keep winning if they want to make the playoffs. And you know Matt LaFleur wants to make the playoffs. He wants to look like that genius that, hey, we don't have Rodgers anymore, but we still made the playoffs type of deal. Weather's looking good. Looks like it's going to be 60 degrees, just a little cloudy, no precipitation. So that's not going to play a factor. I don't like this Packers team at all, but I think I have to ride with them. I'm going to take the Packers to win by 7 points.
Not that it matters. Does it worry you that the Packers are like the most public side of the week on the road laying points?
Well, now it does, but
I mean, God, I know the Panthers are bad, but it's like Jordan Love. I mean, that's a lot of points. A lot of points to lay. Give me Packers win 17-13.
17. All right. 17-10 then. I'll bump the score up a little bit, but Packers still cover. This is a lot coming from me, but I would take Jordan Love over Bryce Young any day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I will say I actually thought Bryce Young looked all right last week, especially in the rain. I thought he competed. Yeah. So that was actually the first game where I was like, okay, a little bit. And then the Texans game. So, all right, going back to the well. Betting on the Carolina Panthers once more. Here we go. What could go wrong? Final game in the early slate. This game is fantastic. What is the latest on our guy, CJ Stroud?
Expected to be out.
Yeah.
He's not expected to play again. Killing people in their fantasy lineups. I mean, we're going into semifinals. You know how many people have been riding CJ Stroud's magic?
Yeah.
Included.
So the Browns are laying 2.5. The Browns have the magic comeback win over the Bears, goal line stand or whatever it was against the Jaguars. Flacco, everybody loves Joe Flacco. Defense, great at home, not so good on the road. I'm gonna do it, man. Give me the Texans. Give me the Texans at home. This Browns team is not the same on the road. They have they won a road game outside of the Ravens game when they were fully healthy last?
I had to cross off your name on my little picks where I write it down here to keep track. They are 2-4 on the road.
Yeah,
and 1-4-1 against the spread on the road.
They've been bad on the road. They got drilled by Denver. They got drilled by LA. Ever since Watson went down on the road, they have been bad. And then last time they were laying 2.5 on the road against the Colts, they won by 1. I like the Texans, man. I think that defense will compete. Case Keenum, a veteran, it's a revenge game. He played for the Browns. The Texans.
I like that angle, but I'm going to stick with the Browns. Again, this Case Keenum comes in last week. They get the bump and end up winning in overtime. Emotional win to keep their playoff hopes alive and keep pushing for a higher seed. But this Browns defense is really good. Joe Flacco, he's been good. I mean, he just went up against the number 2 defense in the land in the past 5 weeks anyways, and threw for 374 yards. He threw more attempts. This is something, if you check into old-fashioned football, each week we highlight who threw the most times. Joe Flacco's been runner-up twice. He finally was crowned this past weekend by throwing for the most times, which is what year is it? What I'm so confused here, but I got to go with the Browns. I'm shocked you did not pick them. You've been on them all year, and I've been against them. And now we're just switching.
They're too popular now. I got I was with them from the beginning. This is the sell spot. Flacco versus Keenum, baby. Like it should be, baby. So what? So let's go over our quarterback matchups that we had for our 6 games. Minshew versus Heineke. That's fantastic. Those are 2 top 5 quarterbacks. Easy. Who cares about Mahomes, Allen, Burrow? Get them out of here. Give me Minshew and Heineke all day. We got Love versus Young. We got Flacco versus Keenum. We got, I guess this one's Golf's all right. Golf versus Mullins. We had Howell versus Wilson. We got Drew Lock versus Ryan Tannehill.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, they gave us all the shit quarterbacks other than Jared Goff, which means the Lions are definitely losing because he's by far the best quarterback on the slate.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, man. This is gonna be fun. What's our lock, dog, and tease? There's a lot of good tease opportunities because there's a lot of 2.5 lines.
Yeah,
just tease all those 2.5s up. These games all suck.
Yeah. So for my lock, I got to be careful because I think I'm only on one dog, so I can't lock my dog.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm going to lock Detroit. I know it's disgusting, but I like them to win just in the same fashion they did against the Broncos.
I'm going to lock the team that's at their low point right now, and they're playing the other team at their high point, coming to their dome. Heineke magic comes through. Give me Atlanta. Lock it up.
We got a lock dog battle going on because my dog, the only dog I took, the Colts. Give me the Colts. It's a small dog, but Falcons don't scare me. Terrible coaching. It's going to be beaten by good coaching.
I like it. All right. We lock dog battle. Let's lock dog this. Give me the Vikings on the money line as my dog. Get this Lions phony crap out of here. Let's go. Give me the Vikings. Vikings bounce back. I like that defense under why am I drawing a blank on his fucking name? The defensive coordinator that was the head coach of Flores from Miami for all that. He blitzes every fucking play. It's great.
Yeah.
He gets after the quarterback. So give me Flores in that defense against Golf. Let's go. Tease. I think this is easy.
It's going to be interesting because somebody's not getting their lock. Somebody's not getting their dog.
I know. Somebody's going to bragging rights over Christmas.
Right. Oh, for teasing. Let's see. Let's do the Jets to +3, crossover 0 there. I think the Browns win. I don't think they win by a lot. So I'm going to take Texans up to 8.5.
Beautiful.
And then the other one, Tennessee up to 8.5.
Stole it right from me. Like I said, those are like the 2 easiest ones. Those are like auto teasers. I'm with you. Texans up to 8.5. Titans up to 8.5. And my other one, Panthers. Let's go. Panthers up to 11. They're not getting blown out. They're feisty.
Agreed.
These Panthers are feisty, baby. Moneyline dog. We got to go off our board. We didn't agree on one game, so
figures.
Who do you like tomorrow night? Everybody will get our picks this way.
I think Rams win tomorrow night.
Okay. I'd probably think the Rams win. It'll be a close game. Can I talk you into taking Mike Tomlin in the ultimate low spot at home, back as a dog in a divisional matchup? We know the trend. We know the history. I know it's Mason Rudolph, but I think we got to take Tomlin here.
I think Bengals win that, but I'll ride with you because he's only starting Rudolph for some Christmas magic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason Rudolph is leading the team tonight. So
I think this is the one, man. Everybody's jumped off the Steelers officially. The Bengals, backup quarterback Jake Browning. They got lucky last week. Steelers is our first leg. You want to take the Chargers? Just kidding.
absolutely not.
Do you want to take the Bucks or the Jets? I guess that's a pick. Do you want to take the Cardinals or Bears?
The Bears, of course. Come on. Still a slight chance of playoffs. What about Dallas over Miami?
I think we gotta play that one. As much as I hate the Cowgirls, the fucking Dolphins are fool's gold. Freaking, I hate that team.
Agreed.
Can I talk you into New England Sunday night over Denver?
Do you like that one better than Baltimore over 49ers?
I can be tempted by the Ravens. I think everybody is penciled in the Niners.
Because I'm not buying into Patriots. But I will if you don't like Niners.
No, I can get on board. I mean, I talked you into the Steelers. You talked me into the Ravens, and we both agreed on the Cowboys. I can get on board with this Ravens. I know the Niners are really good. Something about Lamar, man, against the NFC as a dog, like that's going to be a fucking game. I don't see – that's a prideful organization. They're not just going to go out west and get drilled like everybody thinks they're going to get drilled. I think that game comes down the wire. The Niners may win just because they are better, but I would not be surprised if it's a Christmas upset there. And the Dogs have been fucking rolling on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight either way.
Yeah. No, the Ravens don't get blown out, man. They got some fucking dogs on that teams. All right, so – we got some short dogs. The Ravens would be our biggest dog. We got one each day for everybody. Our money line round robin, this fucking app won't work.
Mine is having issues too. There must be something going on.
All right, let me go to a different app. You're fired. I
like how we're taking the same path. We're like, nope, not working. All right.
Money back. Void.
Yeah. 11-1 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. Because we got Steelers at plus 115. So, like you said, a short dog. We got the Cowboys, the Cowgirls. We had to take that one. I mean, come on. Plus 105. And Patriots, just kidding. in the Ravens at plus 190. So that's a juicy one. Yeah, the best I see is an 11-1 over at all the books. They're all around 11-1, so it's not like one's better than the other. So, all right, Steelers, Cowboys, Ravens, money line round robin. Let's go.
And Fortune started the show by insulting you. We just insulted him by picking the Ravens over the Niners. So
yeah, get this Niners shit out of here. Let's go Ravens.
There you go.
All right, all right, man. Another one in the books. We'll be back Monday. Anything you want to add before we get up on out of here, brother?
Probably won't be back Monday. That's Christmas.
I'm a well, and they play, so we'll be back Tuesday. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah. No, you're good. Everybody have a good holiday though. Travel safe if you're traveling. Come join us Thursday, tomorrow night, I guess, for start sits, semifinals on Old Fashioned Football. It's going to be important. And yeah, come have a drink with us. We're drinking Bad Sweater, which is a holiday spiced whiskey.
Oh, can't beat that. It's the holiday season. Everybody throw back a couple. Let loose. Don't fucking think about your job. It'll be there when you get back. Come bet some football with us. Come drink some. I'm Moneyline Mac, right there at Moneyline_Mac. If you want the Twitter X handle, if you want to shit on me, come right ahead. I'll shit right back at you. So we'll be back Tuesday. More importantly, thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Subscribe to the NFL Gambling Cup podcast. Subscribe to the Sports Gambling Podcast. Subscribe to the College Experience. Subscribe to the Old Fashioned Football. Subscribe everywhere. All freaking season long, all year round. We're here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And let's go Steelers, Cowboys, and Ravens to hit a nice 11-1 Christmas present, J. Mark.
Let's go.
Let it ride.